Revit enables you to model very accurately. As you work, the program automatically shows you the length and angle, and shows snap increments that are appropriate for the current magnification of the view. For example, when I start the Pipe tool and begin to sketch a pipe, I can see a temporary dimension, and the dimension snaps to specific increments. Since I started this project using an imperial template, the dimensions are snapping to 4-foot increments. If I had started the project using a metric template, the dimensions would change in 1,000 millimeter increments. But notice that as I zoom in, by using the roller wheel on the mouse, the snap increments change. Now the dimensions are snapping to 6-inch increments. A similar change would occur if I was working in metric units. If I zoom back out, notice that when working at an angle, the angle also snaps to specific increments. When I'm zoomed far out in the drawing, the angle snaps to 5-degree increments. But when I zoom in, the angle snap increments changes to 1-degree increments. You can change these snap increments if you wish. To do so, switch to the Manage ribbon. Then, in the Settings panel, click the Snaps tool. Revit displays the Snaps dialog. In the Length Dimension Snap Increments field, you can see the preferred snap increments for length, and in the Angular Dimension Snap Increments field, you can see the snap increments for angles. Also, notice that in the dialog, Revit reminds me that snaps adjust as views are zoomed. The length increments correspond to the current project units. Since I'm currently using imperial units, these length dimension snap increments are shown using feet and inches. The angular snaps are not dependent on the current project units. They will always be based on degrees. You can disable these snaps by clearing these check marks, or while working a command, you can toggle all the snaps on and off by typing the keyboard shortcut SO. There are also some circumstances in which it makes sense to modify these values. I'll place some additional pipes in the model. Be aware that when working at an angle, Revit may snap to a dimension that does not maintain the desired snap increment as it finds existing elements. As long as you understand what's happening, you will know how to avoid creating elements that do not maintain the desired lengths. Open the Snaps dialog again. Clear the Snap to Remote Objects checkbox, and then click OK. Now, Revit no longer snaps to those other objects. You can also toggle this control on and off by typing the keyboard shortcut SR. Once I do that, to toggle the Snap to Remote Objects back on again, Revit once again snaps to existing elements, even if the snap increment does not match my specified length increment.